Hey guys, when I was a kid, I saw this movie. I think it was in 1978. It's called Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where these alien took over the entire planet and normal people were not left anymore. They had a remake. If you look over here on the right, they called it the Body Snatchers, and we got the famous scream up under the one that's on the right with the lady when she was screaming. This is how I feel right now, guys. I feel like no more normal people are left. It's like we've been invaded. Let's get into it. All right, guys, this is Zimmett again, the Alpha Builder. And guys, today I'm gonna try to explain something that I think that I can sit here and talk for days, and I would just scratch the surface. But I'm gonna try to go in this rabbit hole today. I feel like I woke up in a horror story. I feel like that people like me, and I'm not saying that I'm the best, and I'm not saying that I'm above anybody. I'm just a man that wants to look out for his family. A man that wants to control his own destiny and not depend on the government or depend on any other social services to get me and help me. Because number one, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. If you're sitting around and you're trying to figure out who the next president's gonna be and that's gonna determine your future, I think you're in trouble. I mean, just looking at the debate that we had, it doesn't matter who you pick. I think you're probably gonna be in trouble. I think that what we need to do as a people is we need to get ourselves together and we need to work and we need to build ourselves. Don't depend on them. By the time the things in Washington and the policies in Washington trickle down to somewhere like Alabama where I'm at, by the time those policies actually affect me, that guy won't even be president no more. So it is pertinent, mandatory for us to get out here and do your own. And back when I was coming up, guys, that's how we were. We worked hard, man. I mean, we built ourselves up. Now people, the average person, I mean, I can't even drive it in a car. People not even paying attention. They tailgate you 2 inches from your back. They on their cell phones, they texting, and they just doing all kind of dysfunctional stuff. Even just driving, it makes me afraid to even go out here and just drive and be around the regular person because these people will hit you. And it's almost like I have to, and guys, if you think about when I'm sitting here just going to the grocery store, going to a restaurant, you can't even get, they can't even get the orders right. They can't even get, I mean, and I probably shouldn't even be eating at a fast food restaurant, but they can't get it right. Which makes it, I guess it makes it better for me because I don't want to go again. I mean, something's gonna be wrong. If there's 5 items, people today, I don't know what it is, they simply cannot pay attention to detail. They do not adhere to detail. I mean, I just started a project, giving simple details, plot plan, silk fence. This is where you put the silk fence. We can't even get that right. Drawn out for you. Now, ironically, if they're left up to their own devices when they do it and they don't ask me about it or they don't follow the plan, it always somehow benefits them. It always ends up increasing their bottom line. So maybe they can understand the detail, but they don't abide by the details. And I specifically tell them so that they can get more money. Maybe everybody's just out for money today. But this is how I feel. I feel like I woke up into a world where no one wants to think anymore. No one wants to pay attention anymore. Everybody wants you to give them stuff. No one wants to start. And guys, I get it, man. Being a builder, you're accountable, but no one wants to be accountable for anything anymore. Everybody, all your subcontractors want to point fingers and say it's your fault because they are afraid to lose. When losing, on my side, if I lose a little, that's my lesson. That's my tuition. So next time I got a plan for that. But this is where we're at, guys. I get it now, man. I did guys, hear that I did I went on YouTube and did an Elon Musk video, and someone came back and said, he said Elon Musk is trying to create AI. And I came back and said the workers would simply need to pivot and become more creative. So there's people out here just working. In today's market, man, you're gonna have to be creative. You're gonna have to have side hustles. You're gonna have to be creative. You're gonna have to build something else. This is what I said. I said that the workers would simply need to pivot and become more creative. You would actually have more work with a decentralized platform than a centralized platform. And this guy came back and said, everyone can't pivot. Everyone can't pivot. And I responded, I said, hey man, people who don't want to do something will find an excuse. People who want to do something will find a way. This is just where it's at. Are you going to find a way? You better be trying to find a way, because in today's time, AI is changing, things are changing. Now, one thing I can say about construction is that guys in construction, it's going to take about 20 to 30 years before this AI actually take that over. Because right now, we still need laborers. We still need someone laying bricks. We still need someone actually framing houses. We hadn't figured out how to adjust and swap those costs out. The cost that it would probably take you to 3D print a house and the amount of concrete, if you add those two up for dealing with the 3D concrete machine, then you take the amount of concrete that you're going to use and you print that house. Right now, it's not averaging up right now. Then you just getting laborers and getting wood and you building that structure. It's just that we hadn't quite got it yet. Yeah, about 20 years, 25 years, we will have it. But with the mindset of this new generation, and it started with, I guess, the baby boomers, my generation. The baby boomers don't want to go nowhere. My generation are trying to figure this thing out. And then the next generation, these guys don't want to work. They want all this money. They want to YouTube everything. And I get it, man. You can make money on YouTube and these social media platforms. But there's a very small few, it's just like being an athlete. The percentages are very small. So, guys, I feel like I'm in a horror story. I feel like, I probably should have put the Terminator up there. Because, when you look at it, people today, and here's what's happening, guys. Now, I get it. Now I get it. I get why, when I look at the average person, they don't want to do things. The way we're thinking today, I get now why. See, these corporations, guys, here's what you got to understand about a corporation. The goal of a corporation is to produce a profit by any means necessary. They're going to create a profit. So if they come out with a system or a solution to not have to deal with people and their problems, don't have to deal with insurance, overtime, they can make sure that the product is consistent. It's not having a bad day and a good day. You don't have to worry about unemployment taxes and somebody discriminating against you and stuff like that. If you get, lawsuits and all those kind of things. See, this is what these corporations, if they can get out of all that stuff and just get a robot to do it, this is what they're going to do. Now I understand. I'm starting to understand why these companies are doing what they're doing. And we can sit here and we can get mad and say, man, they just taking over. Well, we're doing it to ourselves. We're doing it to ourselves. We're putting so much pressure on these companies because we're not producing a good product. Our attitudes. I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, you can just go anywhere. Go to I use fast food restaurant because a lot of people go there. In some places, look at the customer service you get. If you ask me whether I would rather deal with this bad customer service, this person who got an attitude behind the counter, or a machine, I'll probably pick the machine. I mean, this is where it's at. I mean, you look at Popeyes. I actually like Popeyes chicken better than I like the chicken itself. I think it tastes better than Chick-fil-A. But if you ask me which way I'd rather go or which restaurant I'd rather go to, I'd rather spend my hard-earned money at Chick-fil-A because I don't like the attitude when I'm at Popeyes. I'm looking at the cleanliness in the place. You know, the consistency. And this is what's happening, guys. Guys, we don't have any energy. We don't have any energy or passion for our jobs anymore. And you know what I realized? The average person is not making the connection on where their money is actually coming from when they're at their job. See, as a business owner, I get it. I get it. My money's coming from my customer. But these people, when they work in these fast food restaurants and all these other jobs, all these other corporate jobs and stuff like that, the power company, all that stuff, most of these people, not all, most of these people cannot make the connection on where they actually get their paycheck from. See, they think that where they get their paycheck from is Popeyes, Alabama Power. That's where they think they're getting their paycheck from. But you're actually getting your paycheck from those customers that frequent that place all the time or use that product. That's where you get your money from. Now, as a home builder, I get it. You know, just because I have a business, don't mean I run the show. My customers run the show. I have to produce a good product for them, and maybe they'll send somebody else to me. We're not making that connection anymore. This is what's causing us to fail, guys. The company is simply a conduit, guys. It's a conduit that actually takes the money from the customer and give to you, but the customers are the ones that's paying your salary. People are not making those connections anymore. Or maybe I can put it on the management or something to get people to understand that. But this is where we're at, guys. I feel like no one gets it. I feel like the whole world doesn't get it. People they're on TV talking about Biden and Trump and who did this and Elon Musk said this right here. Guys, we need to be focused on ourselves. Skip them, guys. I mean, get yourself together. There's enough to go around right now, guys, especially in construction. Trades, the sub-trades. Guys, you master these sub-trades, you could win. The sub-trades. If you master you just pick one at random. There's a market for it. Especially if you go out here, and I'm going to do another video about this, if you go out here and understand some of these new products and become a distributor for some of these new products that's out here, i.e. mortarless brick, stone with no mortar. You know, these little things, man. Pre-cut lumber. You know, these things can act. I mean, this is sad, man. Guys, I was looking at this. You know, there's another movie. It's called They Live. And in that movie, it's the same scenario at the beginning of this movie, the one that I just showed you guys at the beginning of this right here video. But there was a bunch of aliens who just pretty much took over Earth, but you couldn't really see them. You couldn't see them unless you put on these shades. You put the shades on, and you can see things for what it really was. You can see if you saw a sign, if you saw this Alpha shirt, it said obey. You know. And if you take the shades off and say Alpha, you put them back on, it says obey us. And this is what the whole planet had been taken over by aliens. Kind of similar to that. And one thing, there was a white guy. He was an ex-wrestler or something. He was the one that found the box of glasses that you can put them on and you can see. It's very ironic, guys. It's very strange. The biggest fight scene in the history of any movie was when he tried to take them glasses and put them on the black man. Tried to get the black man to see it. Spoke volumes. I'm just saying, man, in my culture, man, we're gonna have to get it together, man. We are so far gone, guys, until we don't want to see it. And that's what this right here. And this movie was built. This movie was made back in the, I want to say, 80s. Try to get brothers to see this stuff, man. You're gonna have to damn near beat him to the ground. We're in trouble. I hate to keep saying this, man. I hate to be the doom and gloom person. This construction industry is getting very complicated. It's getting very difficult to build. Just build a simple house where everybody needs to just play their role. It's hard to find subcontractors out there because we don't have them out there anymore, guys. So now here's the thing, man. We have to pay more for these subcontractors because there's no competition with these guys. They can charge what they want to. And so I got to pay their costs, and I got to pass that cost on to the customers. Now, some of the builders have elected and say, I'm just going to do all spec home. Well, that's not going to fix the problem. Okay, yeah, you took out the aspect of dealing with the customer, so that's one less thing you got to deal with. Okay, but you still got to deal with the subcontractors. You still got to deal with real estate agents. You still got to get that thing sold. You still got to pay attention to the market. You still got to deal with just about the same things, if not worse. Let me just look through and make sure I handled everything, man. We got to get it together, guys. I'm still talking to brothers. I talked to the same brother the other day, tried to get him to get his builder's license. Guys, this guy looked me right in my face and said, man, I just paid this other guy this right here, and he hooked me up, man. He hooked me up, dog. I just pay him a little bit on the side. He hooked me up. I get built. I ain't really got to worry about too much, man. This guy is so far gone. And if I didn't understand what I understand, I would think that what he was saying made sense. I would think that, hey, maybe I don't need my builder's license. Maybe I need to get somebody and I can just kind of go in there. Because the way the guy was saying it, such zest and he was just saying it so passionate. We are so out of order, guys. Until when you introduce order to us, that appears to be wrong. This guy named Aldous Huxley said, and this is where we at. I end with this right here, guys. The most abnormal person is the person that's most normal because they are so well adjusted to such abnormal society. Our society is abnormal, guys. And if you're well adjusted to that, you you just kind of go with your everyday life and everything is fine, and you don't see what I'm seeing in this clown world that we're living in right now, then you're out of order. Guys, like, share, subscribe. Once again, guys, I have a members channel where I kind of go really heavy into certain things. I can go a little deeper than this. Thank you, guys. And you guys have a good one. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Wake up. Now you can have a good day.